Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at CMG, Chipotle. Lately they haven't been poisoning anybody, so it's been okay, but this thing is in a downtrend. It hit on earnings, popped above the moving averages, could not recapture this pivot high before it broke down here, so you're going to have a lot of resistance up in this area where it broke down. We have an inside bar pattern, and what's telling me this could possibly go lower. Inside bar patterns usually will play out. You got the moving averages down here, and you have a nice consolidation pattern into it. Usually you're going to bounce, at least get a day or two or something, unless it bounced in the morning and then we came straight. Yeah, actually it could have opened up, shot up, and then came right back down on that day. But that was a great area to get a bounce and possibly come back into the highs, and it did not do anything. The next day it broke down, a little bit of bearish consolidation underneath the moving averages, and now we're starting to break down and the volume starting to pick up. We are below the 200, the 50, and the 20 moving averages. This is ugly right now. The only thing saving this are these low pivots at right around 385.43. I'm looking for a gap and go, meaning gap over this area, and it's going to continue down. We have another area of support around 376.33, and I believe that's a gap fill. Let's go back. Yeah, that's a gap fill. So if we go to gap fill at 376.33, we could possibly get a bounce, but the next good area of support is going to be right around 352, and I'm just going to call it at the 350 even number. Stocks love to go to even numbers and fill the gap, but since this is so close to this bearish consolidation and the moving average is starting to curl, I think we could crack through that gap fill, and we're heading down to that area. Let's go to the weekly. I can show you a little bit better on this one. Here we are. We consolidated, we broke up, came right back in. We're consolidating on the weekly, and now we're heading down to these low pivots. Ultimately, though, I took a fib level from this point, this low, to the high in 2015. We have its 750 retrace around 363, I believe it is. And then another pivot, these little pivots right in here, and you have this retrace here where it came back in. That's going to be some support as well. I'm going to say 350. If this thing comes down to 350, we're going to see how it reacts. Or this could be like a one-day option play where you get in, buy a call, and get the hell out the next day. Or maybe a two-day retrace and then another move back down. Again, you have to line this one up with the SPY, the IWM, and the Qs. If those start breaking down, then this one could possibly even go lower. And we'll go to the monthly chart target on this one. If this is just ugly, people. I mean, look at this fall. It is a little extended to the downside, but again, when this was at 750, we were shorting this one. Everyone, they were upgrading this thing. Oh my gosh, Chipotle's the best thing. You have to get into it. Everyone's going there, and then boom. Well, they had that poisoning deal or whatever the heck that was, but I don't even care about that. It should not be up here. When this thing was extended from the 20 moving average, it came back home, even came to the 50, and now we're heading down. But I'm thinking 350, first target. I'm going to put that in there. Again, if it gets there, we could probably get a one-day, two-day bounce. Ultimately, we're going to 312, and then maybe, you know, I'm going to say 250 if the markets really start to dump out. This thing, if Chipotle gets down in this area, 217, 249, it could possibly push to 200, but I will definitely be a buyer here. Of course, short term. Here at StockBookie, we don't hold on to these for years. We'll hold on to them for a couple months, couple weeks, and sometimes a couple days, depending on if this thing comes right in and shoots right back up, boom, we'll be done, and thank you very much. But again, Chipotle, weak position technically, bearish patterns on pretty much every time frame. Let's go on the 10-minute. 10-minute too. I mean, look at this down. I mean, we're below the moving averages on the 10-minute. Let's go to the 60-minute, and we're below the moving averages there too. Just weak. But again, it's Chipotle. They could get some good news on Monday, or someone upgrades them, or what have you. And this is a type of stock that someone's buddy who works for JPM will upgrade it for a guy at Goldman Sachs, because they went to dinner last night, and these guys are buddies. So it's like, hey, John, can you upgrade this thing for me? I need higher prices to get out for my clients, and believe me, that stuff is happening at this point. But again, bearish on Chipotle. If it gets a bounce, it's going to be short-lived. Let's see here. I guess if it bounces up into this area, I mean, we'll have to see how this thing reacts. Right now, we're into support. We'll see how it goes. Everybody, thanks for watching my videos. God bless. See you on the charts.